Hey everyone, we're in Dragon City Altar today, and we are going to take a look at the boss. Now, when you come into this raid, go ahead and clear the mobs, and you'll see this large guy in the center here. You actually can't kill him, but he's great for charging your ultimate attacks, so go ahead and charge up your attacks on him, and then head up to the top. Now, an important thing, if you're charging your attacks, when you go up top, make sure to not target the boss because you're already attacking because you didn't kill this guy. You'll automatically start attacking the boss. So that happened a lot with us, and just make sure to not target the boss when you go up top. Okay, let's go over markers really quick. DPS is going to stand at that green square, and tanks are going to stand at the yellow moon, and across at the orange marker is where the tanks are going to be tanking. Now, across from us, you'll see there's like a blue triangle and a white star. This is where we're going to place the cross mechanic that comes out. And at the entrance there, the number 5, I believe, is where the ads will spawn from that you need to take care of. So the setup for this raid is not as complicated as the others. Really, you just need to have 3 tanks for it. And it's always helpful to have them one after the other in the raid setup window. And then you're going to designate 2 people, I think they're usually melee, to turn around and kill the ads behind the group. Now, you don't really need to worry about ads that are off to the side or front because you're generally going to get those with your AoE attacks anyway. Okay, just a little more about raid setup. It's not really recommended that a dragon rider pull. Now you can pull, but usually battle mages and vanguards and other things have stronger taunts and pulls and aggro, so it's sometimes better to do that. This is one of the earlier runs, so I'm kind of watching it as we go through. So this cone area of effect, you want to make sure that you're the only tank in it if you're a tank. That's why the other tanks stand off to the side along with 1 healer over at right where the tanks are standing to help heal the tanks. Now this, the main mechanic here is this kind of purple circle that starts in the center and then moves out in 3 rings. So here I moved into the center when it was in a little bit further out before, and now I move back out so that when the one comes in the center again here, you can see it. Now in the background you saw a cross mechanic. Those cross mechanics, you want to go over to the blue and white markers. And those cross mechanics, usually, sometimes you don't notice the black text over your head for them, but you'll get a speed boost. So make sure if all of a sudden you can start moving really fast, you want to move over to the side so that you don't end up with that cross mechanic or landing on the raid. You want it off to the side. There's also some shear damage. I can't see if it's in the background right now, but there'll be a shear damage mechanic as well that you want to shear damage for. Now, if you're a tank, you are looking for this twisted buff, and you want it to, when it gets to 10 stacks, you want to switch tanks. The other one, it gets a little confusing because you can sometimes see that in the raid window as well. So just make sure that you are communicating well for that 10 stacks buff. Now, at some point here in the background, we are going to see a bunch of ads spawn. And when those ads spawn, as I said before, you want to make sure to turn around and kill the ads behind you. You can see that cross mechanic just went off again in the background. And then the rest of the ads are going to come and attack. So here's these purple lines, and the ads are coming from around the room. And again, really, it's just assign a couple DPS to kill the ones behind you, and the rest of the ones will be generally killed with AoEs as you're fighting the boss and they come inside. Now, if you get stuck in one of these purple rings, you will get frozen or stunned, and you want to make sure that you have somebody break you out. So if that happens, just make sure to break them out. I believe if the ad gets 2 as well, they will stun you as well. So you have to be broken out in that case too. So just keep an eye out. You can see again the purple lines. Here's another round of ads coming forward. And we have our 2 DPS turning around to kill the ads behind us. So occasionally we'll see ads not getting killed, and you'll have to target them specifically instead of them just dying with the AoE. But in this case, we didn't have a problem with it. So that's pretty much it for the fight. It's a lot simpler mechanic wise than the other ones. Again, then you just really are watching for these circles and switching tanks, and watching for the ghouls, and the crosses are really the one that tends to get the raid the worst if you don't watch for that speed boost to move your cross off to the side. You also have to watch out for these seeds that appear on the DPS. They're the green circles that appear around them. Just move out and spread out so that you don't overlap the seeds, and you should be good with that mechanic. Okay, that's about it for this fight. It's a lot of just coordination among the tanks and watching for all the extra mechanics from the DPS side, and especially that cross. And hopefully this will help you get through this particular raid. You're watching VGO40, and this is VGO Girl, and we will see you next time in World of Kings.